The storm was about 35 miles, 56 kilometers, off Corpus Christi and packing winds of 130 miles per hour, 215 kilometers per hour, the NHC said. While thousands fled the expected devastating flooding and destruction, many residents defied mandatory evacuation orders and stocked up on food, fuel, and sandbags. "We're suggesting if people are going to stay here, mark their arm with a Sharpie pen with their name and social security number," Rockport Mayor Pro Tem Patrick Rios told reporters Friday, according to media reports. "We hate to talk about things like that. It's not something we like to do, but it's the reality. People don't listen." As many as 5.8 million people were believed to be in the storm's path, as well as the heart of America's oil refining operations. The storm's impact on refineries has already pushed up gasoline prices. As a Category 4 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale, Harvey could uproot trees, destroy homes, and disrupt utilities for days. If it maintains its intensity, it would be the first major hurricane to hit the mainland United States since Hurricane Wilma struck Florida in 2005. About 85 miles, 137 kilometers, north in Victoria, Mayor Paul Palasek told CNN he estimated that 60% to 65% of the town's 65,000 residents defied the mandatory evacuation order. Jose Rengel, a 47-year-old who works in construction, said he was one of the few people in Jamaica Beach in Galveston that did not heed a voluntary evacuation order. "All the shops are empty," he said as the sky turned black and rain fell. "It's like a tornado went in and swept everything up." With the hurricane bearing down on the Texas coast, at least 3 cruise ships operated by Carnival Corp with thousands of passengers aboard were forced to change their plans to sail for the port of Galveston. 2 of them headed New Orleans to pick up fresh supplies, while the third delayed its departure from Cozumel, Mexico. The NHC's latest tracking model shows the storm sitting southwest of Houston for more than a day, giving the nation's 4th most populous city a double dose of rain and wind. Life-threatening and devastating flooding expected near the coast due to heavy rainfall and storm surge, the NHC said. President Donald Trump, facing the first large-scale natural disaster of his presidency, on Friday tweeted, "I am closely watching the path and doings of Hurricane Harvey. Be safe." Earlier, a White House official said the president was considering a request to issue an emergency declaration, providing federal disaster relief. Louisiana and Texas declared states of disaster, authorizing the use of state resources to prepare. The city of Houston warned residents of flooding from close to 20 inches, 60 centimeters, of rain over several days. Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner advised city residents not to leave en masse, saying no evacuation orders have been issued for the city. Chaotic traffic from a rushed evacuation in 2005 with Hurricane Rita proved tragic. "Calm and care," he said in a tweet. Gasoline prices spiked. Gasoline stations on the South Texas coast were running out of fuel as thousands of residents fled the region. U.S. gasoline prices spiked as the storm shut down 22% of Gulf of Mexico oil production, according to the U.S. government. At a Willis, Texas, station, about 50 miles, 77 kilometers, north of Houston, Corey Martinez, 40, was heading to Dallas from his Corpus Christi home. "It has been pretty stressful. We're just trying to get ahead of the storm," he said. "We've never been through a hurricane before." Concern that Harvey could cause shortages in fuel supply drove benchmark gasoline prices to their highest in 4 months, before profit-taking pulled back prices. Meanwhile, U.S. gasoline margins hit their strongest levels in 5 years for this time of year. The U.S. government said it would make emergency stockpiles of crude available if needed to plug disruptions. It has regularly used them to dampen the impact of previous storms on energy supplies.